Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Dia and today is March 26th and I am here with another diary entry for March Mystery Madness. So, I think we can all safely agree that I am a terrible vlogger. This is why I don't do vlogs. That's especially why I changed these to Disis19 Diaries, because I have such a hard time remembering to pick up my camera to film stuff, because I don't think that people would be interested in the things that I'm doing. So I feel like having the weekly wrap up of just sitting down and chatting with you works better for me. But I do have a little bit of B-roll for you in this one. I should have played it for you before this clip. So I did play some of Fire Emblem Warriors with my daughter on last Sunday, I believe, the 20th. And so there's a little bit of gameplay there. But pretty much this week has just been really busy with work. Work has been very stressful this week. There have been a lot of things that have come up that are difficult situations to try to fix or obtain, and it's just been very, very stressful. And so on Thursday, the 24th, we had our manga club meeting, and I charged up my camera. I was gonna get it ready to go. I had it over here by my phone. I said, okay, when I pick up my phone, I'll pick up the camera, and then, we'll go. Well, what did you think I forgot at home when I left for the manga club meeting? I left the camera at home, so I didn't vlog doing my manga shopping like I wanted to, so I'll try to remember to do that for you next month, because it has been a little bit, I think, since I've taken you with me manga shopping in the store. But yeah, it's been hot. I have not been a happy camper. And yesterday, on the 25th, I had a massive, massive headache. So I basically woke up with the headache, and it was one of those headaches that were so bad that I was shaking. I felt like I was going to pass out. The pain was just excruciating, and I knew I had to eat something so I could take the medicine, but I couldn't even get myself to swallow what was in my mouth because I was that nauseous. I hate when I have headaches like that. I get them rarely, but when I do get them, they're really, really bad. And so I had that excruciating pain for about 3 hours. And then when the medicine finally started kicking in, it brought down the pain level to one where I could function more. But I basically had that the rest of the day, that pain level. So I had a headache for about 14 hours yesterday. It was not a good day. Plus, it was in the 90s, or at least it was 90. It was 90. And I hate the heat. And so that didn't make me feel good either. Today, it's apparently only 82, but it feels hotter than that. And I'm not happy. I am one of those rare people that can't stand the summertime. I don't enjoy the sun. I don't like being out in the sun. I don't like seeing the sun. I would much prefer it be overcast, cool, and rainy every day, all day, for the rest of my life. I obviously don't live in a place that's like that, and I know there are some people who the wintertime weather makes them depressed. For me, it's the summertime weather. And I don't know that you could call it depressed, but it definitely affects me. I am more agitated. I get agitated more quickly. I get angry more quickly. I just don't enjoy the summer. I wouldn't say I don't enjoy the summer. I would say I don't enjoy when it is sunny and hot. I can do sunny and cool, That's not so bad for me. But sunny and hot, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. So it's obviously sunny and hot today. And I don't like it. So at least I don't have the headache today. And I was able to do all of the filming that I needed to do. But I kind of feel like I'm failing this month. And, I know that some of the things are out of my control. Especially with like mental health and things like that. My headaches. But I don't feel real great about my accomplishments this month, if you will. I lost my reading mojo. I've knitted a little bit, but not as much as I normally do. My stress level has been through the roof. It's just not been a great month. And it makes me sad because I love March Mystery Madness. I love seeing all of the mysteries everybody's reading. I love reading mysteries. And I just love all of the people enjoying mysteries throughout the month of March. And I just feel like I haven't really been able to contribute as much this year. And I shouldn't feel like that because I know that, I've posted a lot of videos this month. I've gone outside of my box and I posted a recommendations video. I wanted to do one more before the month is over, but I just don't have the time to film it. It will come sometime. It's just not this month. There's just too much going on. But yeah, I don't know. I do feel like I've read a bit, but I know I've read a lot of non-mysteries, and that's just because of my manga club. I had a lot of manga reading to do for manga club. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling really great overall, I guess. But let's get back to some happier topics. So I have finished a bunch of stuff since I talked to you last. I just finished filming my wrap-up for that section. So I finished To Helvetica and Back, the first book in the Dangerous Type Mystery series by Paige Shelton. I really enjoyed this one. I ended up giving it 4 stars. I'll definitely be continuing to the next one. I will probably continue listening to that one on audiobook through Hoopla because I did really enjoy that one. I have to say that it's been a while since I've enjoyed a cozy mystery. And I think I really needed that break from when I stopped doing Book One Cozies Club to the next time I picked up a cozy, because I think I was dealing with a little bit of burnout. And I think having that break and then jumping into this one really, really helped my enjoyment for cozies come back. And so I read that one. Then for Manga Club, we read the last 3 volumes of Silent Voice. So volumes 5, 6, and 7. So I ended up giving all of these volumes 3.5 stars, and the series on a whole 3.5 stars, which for me basically means that I'd recommend the series, but I would never reread it. And that's exactly how I feel about the series. I know you've heard me talk about it a bit throughout these diary entries, but I'm glad I read this one. It does definitely give more than what the movie gave, the movie adaptation. And so if you're interested in this type of story, definitely check it out. Because like I said, there is more in the manga than there is in the movie. And then we read our volume of Death Note, which was volume 3 of the Black Edition, so volumes 5 and 6 in the singles. I'm still enjoying this one, but I'm not enjoying it as much. I explain why I think this is in my wrap-up, but I am still enjoying this one. It's just there's something that's hindering my enjoyment of it, and I think I know what it is. So definitely check out my wrap-up and see what I thought is the reason I'm not enjoying that one as much, but we will be continuing that series in the month of April. And then for the first in the series volumes, we read volume 1 of Bloody Monday by Ro Ruman, art by Koji Megumi. This one's published by Kodansha, rated teen. This one is about a hacker trying to clear his father's name, basically, with the help of some of his other friends, and a fight against some people who want to release a deadly virus into the world. The virus is not like what we're going through right now. It's more like Ebola. But that does definitely have something to do with the storyline heavily. So I thought that was interesting. This wasn't what I expected. I definitely thought that our hackers' friends were going to be other hackers. So when I found out that they weren't, I was a little bit disappointed. But I did really enjoy this one, and will definitely be continuing with this one as well. This series is available. I believe volumes 1 through 9 are available on Kindle Unlimited. So if you're interested in checking out this series, definitely check it out on Kindle Unlimited. I think the only volume that's not available on Kindle Unlimited right now is volume 10, which is the most recent one. I don't know if that's the last one, but this is definitely intriguing and would definitely fit in with the March Mystery Madness theme, because there is definitely a mystery going on in there. And then the rest of my group read The Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting by Tsukiya, translated by Jenny McKeon, published by Kaiten Books, rated teen. I did not reread this one with the club because I remembered a lot of what happened in it. I read it last year. I do have a dedicated video on my channel giving my thoughts about this one. It's super cute. I definitely suggest that you check it out if you think that this premise sounds interesting. So it's basically about this Yakuza member who's so good at his job that he goes above and beyond the call of duty. He has the name of the Demon of Sakuragi, but his boss, the Yakuza boss, recognizes his accomplishments and says, "I've got the perfect job for you. I want you to babysit my young daughter." And so the story follows him trying to build a relationship with the daughter, because when she sees him, she wants nothing to do with him. So that kind of puts a little hitch in his plans. And so it follows them trying to build a relationship, and some of the reasons why she may not be interested in kind of getting to know him, some of the challenges that he comes up with or against because she is the daughter of a Yakuza boss. We also see backstories about how our main character got into the Yakuza, and how one of his friends also is in the same group, and a backstory about the daughter and her mother. And so I found all of that really interesting. And definitely check it out if you think it sounds interesting. It is a super cute series. The art style is very cute as well, and I definitely recommend that volume. But like I said, check out my video down in the description box below if you're interested in hearing more of my thoughts on that one. And then I did finish volume 3 of Danganronpa 2, Ultimate Luck and Hope and Despair, by created by Spike Chunsoft, manga by Kyosuke Suga, published by Dark Horse. I would say this is teen or older teen. So I don't think I wrapped this one up for you in the last diary entry, but I did finally finish the last one. I enjoyed this one. It gave enough of a difference from what I already knew of the series, because we're getting it from Nagito's perspective, whereas the game comes from Hinata's perspective. So I thought that was very interesting, because Nagito is kind of a nemesis in this series. He does think of things and view things a bit differently from the rest of the students that are on this class trip. And so seeing his reasoning and things like that were interesting to me. It definitely gave the twist to the story I needed to keep me interested in reading a story that I already knew what happened in. There were some scenes that I don't remember being in the game. And I don't know if that's just because it's been so long since we had played the game. We just finished the game last summer. But we did take a very long break in between playing the game. So I don't know. I would say we played about 3/4 of the game and then stopped and then took a long break, and then we finished up the last quarter more recently. But there were definite things that I thought were interesting that I don't remember being in the game. And so I thought those scenes were interesting. The only disappointment I have in this series is that there's a chunk of the story that's missing. And I don't know why. It made it feel like the story was rushed. And maybe it was. Maybe they just didn't pace it well, because you can see that the volumes 1 and 2 are really thin. And then you've got volume 3 and it's so much thicker. So I don't know if that was just because of publishing delays, because they talked about it a little bit in the author's note, or if it just wasn't paced well. I'm not quite sure, but in the last volume there is a chunk of story missing. And so I was a bit disappointed with that. At this point, I don't even know if they thought that it wasn't important seeing Nagito's perspective for that section of story that they left out. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But I was disappointed not seeing those things happen in this series. So there is another series. It's Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. So it's the same story from Hinata's perspective. So it's the same perspective we get from the game. But that one is not complete in publishing. As far as I know, volume 4 of that series has not yet even released in Japan. And so it's got to release there before it can get translated for the US and licensed and all of that stuff. So I think it's going to be a while. I hope they don't drop it. I hope that the fact that Dark Horse just got acquired by another company, and that doesn't affect the release of Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair. I have no idea, but things nowadays in publishing is just so up in the air, and unexpected things are happening that you never know. But I'm going to be very disappointed if they don't finish releasing Danganronpa 2 Goodbye Despair, because I really enjoyed that story. Now, this isn't like a happy-go-lucky story, by no means. This definitely has student killings and things like that. Class trials are interesting. But it's a fascinating series, and so I definitely recommend it. I have read the first series. It is my most popular video on my channel, so if you'd like to hear my thoughts on Danganronpa the animation, definitely check out my links down in the description box below. So I think that is everything that I have finished since I talked to you last. I think I forgot to wrap up a book for you last week. So I did actually finish a book last week. That was Skullduggery Pleasant by Derek Landy. So this, I had wrapped it up in my wrap-up, but I don't think I told you that I finished it. So I did finish it. I really enjoyed the audiobook. I enjoyed hearing the accents, and I'll definitely be continuing with this series. The audiobook had a interview, a small interview with Skullduggery at the end. That's not in this book. And I thought that was super entertaining. And so, yeah, I'll definitely be continuing with this series. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what other adventures Skullduggery and Stephanie get up to in future installments. I hear it's kind of like, that series that nobody likes to name because of things the author has said recently. That we follow our main character as she grows up. So I think that'll be interesting, because I haven't really read another series like that besides, I would say, Percy Jackson, which I am currently rereading, but I didn't read the sequel series, so The Heroes of Olympus. That's why I'm reading Percy Jackson and the Olympians again. So I do still need to read the third book this month, which I haven't gotten to yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to try to get that in next week, or if I'm just going to double up in April. My daughter and my mother are behind, so it's not like I'm going to be, behind them. But I kind of want to get in a couple more mysteries before March Mystery Madness is over. So we'll see how that goes. I also haven't been doing very well with my prompts for Lee's Goodfellas readathon. So I do want to at least try to get in one more read for that. Any of the books that I've read so far this month have a murder in it, so I definitely filled in that block. But maybe I should go back and look at her bingo board and see if I can fill in some other things, because I don't think the bingo that I had chose, the path for the bingo that I chose, is going to work, because I don't think I'm going to be able to get those books in time, seeing that we only have 5 days left in the month. But other than that, I am still in the middle of The Killing Floor, which is the first book in the Jack Reacher series by Lee Child. I did start listening to the an audiobook. It's not the audiobook. I'm listening to a reading of this on YouTube. I think the channel is called Read It Aloud, and it's a multi-voice audiobook, but they're like electronic voices. And yeah, so I've made a chunk into this. I'm on page 159, which is chapter 10, still in the middle of chapter 10. I'm obviously not going to get this one done this month, because yeah, plus the fact that this is not really grabbing me. It's not as interesting as I thought it was going to be, and that's disappointing. My mom read this. She said she enjoyed it, and I've just been talking to her about it, and she's like, if you're not enjoying it, just drop it. And I'm like, I don't want to drop it. I had her go out and purchase this one. She's like, it's okay. I wanted it for my collection anyway, because she enjoyed it, but I don't know. Right where I stopped, he was going to have a romp with one of the ladies we met, and I was just like, I wasn't into it at the time. I'm like, with everything else that's going on in this story, I'm just like, really? So, yeah, I might put this on the side again. I don't know, I really want to finish this one and see what's happening. I do feel like we're just jumping around from thing to thing to thing, and we're not really getting anywhere. Like, there was this whole scene in here where he was in prison. I think I told you that they had to lock him up over the weekend because of some technicality. Well, he spent that time in prison, and I'm just like, what was that for? I don't understand. I feel like, they could have cut that out, and like, why are we getting like relationship type things in the middle here? I don't know. None of it's making sense to me. So I'm disappointed in this one. But, I'll struggle through it, I guess. Maybe I should just put my name on the waiting list for the audiobook, the actual audiobook at my library. Because, like, once we started getting to that point where I knew he was going to have a romp with this lady, I was like, I can't listen to it anymore, because I was listening to it on my computer speakers. And yeah, not when my mom and my daughter are around. I don't know how explicit that scene was going to get, so I just stopped. I don't have a problem like reading explicit stuff, but I definitely don't want to be listening to that stuff when my mom and my daughter are around. Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know. And then from my experience with explicit things from male authors, they tend not to be really great either. So I don't know. I am struggling with this one, but I'm determined to get it done eventually. So even if I have to keep reading it in April, I think I will. So we'll see how that goes. I definitely read faster than I can listen, so I really should just read it. But it's just not pulling my interest at the moment. And with the way my reading mojo is going at the moment, I don't think it's a good idea to force myself to sit down and read this, because I might just put myself in a really large reading slump and not want to read at all. And that's not what I want. And so I'm already not really feeling the reading. And I don't want to make it so that I just stop reading altogether. At this point, I am interested in picking up other things, so I think I should just listen to myself and do that. So I will eventually get this one done, but I'm disappointed at this point with that one. So yeah, that's pretty much where I am right now. I did knit a little bit more on my love note, but not very much. And being that it's a mohair type of shirt or sweater, it'll be a sweater. And that it's like 80 something degrees. I'm not really feeling having all of that on my lap either, because it's just going to make me more hot. So I think what I'm going to do right now is finish up the recording of everything I need to film. I'm going to edit my what I've been warming video, because I've been successful at posting that one for 2 weeks now. So I want to continue to do that. And I've been having a lot of fun sharing the fragrances I've been melting in my home. And so yeah, that's pretty much everything I've got. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to edit that video, and then I'm probably going to play some more Fire Emblem Warriors with my daughter tonight, because my mom is working. And so that will do it for me today. So I hope you guys have all had a great week. I hope your reading is going much better than mine is. Let me know down in the comments below what your most favorite read from this past week was, or even if you have a favorite read of the month at this point, because I believe this video will go up on the 30th. And I should have another check-in for you after that. So yeah, let me know what your most favorite read was of this month. I would love to know. Have you found a new favorite author, a new favorite series? Have you filmed your April TBR or put that together yet? I would love to know that as well. And if nothing else, you would just like to let me know that you are here. If you could leave me a rain cloud emoji down in the comments below, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, because I am hoping for rain this week. It is forecasted for the middle of the week, and I am hoping that doesn't change. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.